This Super Bowl 58 prop bets exotic and novelty props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Prize Picks. Head over to prizepicks.com/SGPN and use promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting and research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. And don't forget to enter our Super Bowl 58 props contest. Pick 58 Super Bowl props for a chance to win $1,000. Enter today for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58 or in the SGPN app.
Hey everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Ciao.
Ciao, indeed, Kramer's.
I'm feeling exotic.
You are.
Thank you
All
for
right.
asking. Telling?
That's the official
my-
exotic sound, Shakira. I think that
That's
actually
my
was
vibe,
from Super Bowl halftime show. Ryan, we've been picking exotics, Super Bowl props. I mean, Dayton, of course. It dates back to one of the worst bloodbaths in SGP, at least personal history as well. It was that old Super Bowl. A lot of people know it as 28-3. I know it as the bloodbath that was the Puppy Bowl, where someone within our organization at the time reached out with what was believed to be inside information that the Puppy Bowl had already been.
I thought this was through your contacts in entertainment.
What? No, you remember who it was?
Oh, no, I don't.
He used to host a podcast for us.
Yeah, I mean, I can put two and two together.
He said, "Hey, I know who. I know what happened. I know Team Rough is going to defeat Team Fluff. It's already been taped. Get down as much as you can." And he was also the same guy who did give us inside information. It was one of the, I don't know if it was Rough and Rowdy, but it was one of those early Barstool events where Big Cat sang the national anthem.
That's right.
And he got at the time my bookie to hang a number, and everyone cashed in big, betting the over, because Big Cat told everyone within this same group that hey, bet the over. It's gonna go over. My bookie got destroyed by this. They were very angry. So this same guy said he had inside information about the Super Bowl, the Puppy Bowl, that Team Rough was going to destroy Team Fluff. So loaded up on as many offshore accounts as they could get down, and then the Puppy Bowl starts, and it is just a bloodbath out there. Team Fluff, super cute. I mean, I knew I was fucked when Team Fluff trotted out a 3-legged dog. No one's gonna let a 3-legged dog lose the Puppy Bowl and ends up winning MVP, most valuable pup. It was the worst. It was horrible.
You know how you had I actually had very little memory of the origin of the information, but as you're telling me, it's really making me laugh. Two reasons. One, that group chat that disseminated the Big Cat information. You can make a documentary of some of the people that were some of the notable members. I mean, it's like the Epstein list, but not going to a kid fucking island.
Back when gambling Twitter, when we started out doing the podcast in 2011, so gambling Twitter in 2015, 2016 was a very different space. There were like 5 people giving out gambling stuff, including us, and then some weird sharps lurking. When PAPSA got overturned, I think everyone realized, hey, we can do this for a racket. We can make some money. Ryan and I got into gambling content because we just love fucking talking about gambling, could do it for hours, literally have done it for thousands and thousands upon hours. Ryan tweeted out this recently saying that he's worried that some people are in gambling just for the money. It's like, yeah, I feel the same way. We do it because we love it. I
fancy myself as someone who's intelligent enough to rarely get completely like thrown off on something. And I generally feel pretty ashamed when I'm like completely caught off guard by something that seems obvious, but after the fact. But understanding how much people are engagement farming and everything else in like fantasy, sports gambling, Twitter, social media in general, it completely rocked my world to think about the idea that some of the people that are talking about betting on sports don't like, it's not just that they're doing it to make money, but they don't actually like to bet on sports.
No, don't. They've never had a weekend ruined by a parlay. They've never had the greatest moment of their life.
But why would you
be hitting a giant bet? Like they don't know what it is to live and breathe with these bets.
Like you can make good money in oil speculation.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking in oil speculation.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could do.
What?
That we could that maybe long term is more profitable. But
gambling
I like
is very strange. Like it's a very strangely intimate thing. It would be no different than if you were like a porn analyst, but you hate it. Like you didn't actually fuck.
I don't know. I don't know why that was your first.
Because I was trying to think of something that's a little bit more risque. Like, listen, I don't want to hear someone who doesn't fucking bet talk about betting.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
I think this is just because in the college basketball show we did a solid 10 minutes about Ryan and his AVN mustache. There was some good.
Right.
There was some. Colby's back for the college basketball show. There was some good riffing in there. So it was a lot of fun.
But yeah, they're certainly, and as it continues to grow, I think I saw a graphic 3 years ago. We had a couple states legal.
Yeah.
Now it's 38.
38. Get your shit together, California.
And and the way that is represented in the mainstream is you just have a ton of like, what's my sports gambling origin story? How did I get into sports gambling? That's the world we swim in now. We're about to hop on a plane and willingly go to Vegas when the sharks are in the water.
Oh. All right,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab them by the fucking gills, pull out my Rambo knife.
I think you're supposed to punch sharks in the nose. And we are staying at the Mandalay Bay. Ryan, will we go see the aquarium or the sharks?
Two things. One, if you punch a shark in the nose, you still have to get away from it. You're just going to stun it.
Oh, okay.
If you, with all your might, rip its face off, you have at least a fighting chance. Secondly, one of the coolest non-gambling things to do in Las Vegas, especially if you're there with children, you shouldn't be there with children.
Yes.
Is to this is the Mandalay Bay hosts a lot of youth sporting events. Someone sent me a picture of themselves at a hockey event at the fucking. It's unfucking believable. Anyway, the aquarium at the Mandalay Bay, pretty fire.
All right, so maybe
most likely better than the aquarium near your wherever you live.
About weed.
Maybe we'll get high and cruise the aquarium, Ryan. If we have some
I'd do the aquarium.
All right.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Hang out,
play blackjack, throw dice, get drunk.
These are good options too.
Patrick Fisher checking in. What was the nickname for Ryan's Las Vegas hotel room again? That of course we nicknamed that the Dude Ranch. On the college basketball episode.
That does feel like
man, you really have to check that. There was a fun rabbit hole.
That does feel like a good college experience t-shirt. The Dude Ranch.
Oh yeah.
Which college campus is the Dude Ranch? That's what they need to figure out.
Oh, it's got to be Wyoming.
Remember that shirt? Remember that show when we were growing up on Nickelodeon? Hey Dude, was it Hey Dude?
Yeah, where the one kid from New York City thought you could skateboard in the desert. Didn't really work out.
TV was different back then.
All right, Kramer, we got a shit ton of these novelty, wild, crazy props. Definitely shop around because a lot of these aren't at some typical places. You may have to do a little digging, and the prices vary a ton. So this time,
don't worry, I got the best of the number everywhere
for these. For the purposes, especially. Do your digging and feel free to hit us up if you have a specific question about where we got. What, Ryan?
Great place to start because my first one is off the board. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna fill it in real time during the show, but the halftime angle that after the VSiN show Friday, we're chopping it up with Brian, and he's talking about the OMG, or maybe it was during a break in our ear talking about this song that has a cool build up, whatever. OMG. So I get down on it. It's 8-1. Put it on the sheet. 8-1. Cool. I'll have a halftime angle. I don't really get, I don't have any Usher takes. That's about it. What happens, Sean? Zap, all the value's gone.
Closing line value. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to a bunch of them. I still think even at the current price, there is some value. You know where you can really find value? Little C's. Love me some Little C's. You got a Super Bowl party coming up. Maybe you're going to a Super Bowl party. Imagine showing up at a Super Bowl party, but instead of just some dumb dip, you show up with a couple hot and ready little. And if you're like me, you're super lazy. You're gonna wait till the last second. You're getting out the door. You're like, oh shit, I need to bring something to the Super Bowl party. Little C's right there. Little Caesars. Imagine you show up at a party. They're like, did you bring an appetizer? Did you bring an entree? Actually, it's both, because you get pretzel crust and you get pepperoni and you get pizza all in one delicious and nutritious Little Caesars. Pretzel crust, pepperoni, pizza. Love this thing. Perfect for NFL Sundays, as it's the official pizza of the NFL, aka the National Football League. You can get it delivered or our in-store pizza portal pickup. Grab some friends and enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars pizza. Also, shout out to DraftKings, looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58. DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Right now, the total for the Super Bowl over on DraftKings Sportsbook is 47.5. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SGP. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY parentheses 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Kramer.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. I have.
You mentioned OMG, and I'll stop it. I'll hop in right there.
Well, I was going to say I was just about to say how I had mine listed in order. I tried to list mine in somewhat of like the way they're going to hit, because I'm already starting to build my cheat sheet, so I got things kind of slotting in on the timeline. But if you want to start with the OMG, I took it off my board because I want to make sure I'm giving out.
I think you can still find it at some places at plus 175.
8-1's gone.
That was actually in a Canadian book, so shop around. But at the _ Brammys, BRAMMYS Twitter user reached out to me. I would say, and I don't know, Brammys, if you're listening, I would be honored if you wrote this up on the website, because it's very, very long, in-depth analysis on how to find the first song. I highlighted one of the 10 screenshots he sent me. This is his formula: faster paced, upbeat song, one of your more popular songs, but not your most popular.
Yep.
The first 5 to 10 seconds have to be instantly recognizable by the average music fan, preferably not a song featuring another artist, preferably a song without swearing. Bonus points if the song starts by introducing the artist by name or uses their catchphrase. He went through all of them and he said OMG is the one. Plus 175. So to Kramer's point, maybe keep an eye. Like some of these, stuff will leak out, or maybe someone else will put out a post. Maybe I don't know if 8-1 probably won't get that back, but you'd be surprised. These things can change on a whim, because any sort of action they get on these, they switch things around. So shout out to OMG and Usher.
I do have a plus 800. Not trying to brag, but bragging. Plus 800. I'm getting rich. All right. let's start. Like I said, somewhat in chronological order here. I thought, and I was actually trying to think: do they do the national anthem first or the flyover?
Oh, it's always flyover.
Flyover first. Then
Ryan, you found the number of planes of the flyover.
Oh, come on, Sean.
I broke the internet with. I mean, you can. Did you find the answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What do you think I've been doing for the last 4 hours?
The Air Force puts out a press release saying what planes are going to be used in the flyover. I was so excited. It was the Bengals Rams Super Bowl. I got the answer before the game. It takes like 10 minutes of Googling.
I think if you're someone who fancies yourself as a cash in hand local shop kind of guy, I think you're being offered this. So 4.5 planes. That's the total again, and you wouldn't believe it, Sean, but we have intel on what's going to happen here. The Thunderbirds.
Can we trust this intel?
The Thunderbirds are who are out of Nellis Air Force Base, which is very nearby,
right
Vegas.
down the street.
They're going to be doing the flyover. The last time they did the flyover was in 2019, so of course I fired up the video. It's a 6-plane group. The number's 4.5. It's -135 to the over, and I was pleasantly surprised at the limits. Remember earlier, Sean, when I said, "Oh wow, they'll let me put this much down on the Gatorade"?
Yes.
Similar on the planes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 4.5 over -135, 675 to win 500.
Is that your actual bet, or these are the hypothetical?
It's not. The limit was a little bit beneath that. You know what? I'll share exactly 375 to win 277. I'll adjust on the fly.
So, and we're giving out $5,800.
So many of these
in bets in each episode.
So many of these props are comical limit. Like some of these props are like legit $100 limits, which. You know, that means they're really just playing around. All right. So yeah.
And to be clear, I had $200 on Usher plus 175 for a song. OMG. I will,
halftime limit seemed good. Seemed a little higher.
Shout out to my wife who is a Swiftie, Taylor Swift fan. I gave her the list of Taylor Swift prop bets. She has some. She's also going to be putting out an article. But over on sportsgamblingpodcast.com, if you want to go really deep, I picked a couple of my favorites for the novelty props. This one I think you can still find, so stay tuned. Hopefully they were offering it earlier. Hopefully it's still there. Taylor Swift to mention Travis Kelce or the Kansas City Chiefs at her Tokyo concert. No is plus 150. It's actually no plus 150. My handicap on the wife is she only did that one time. She changed the lyrics to one of her songs to mention the Chiefs because he was there. Obviously he's not going to be attending. Plus 150, good price. 100 to win 150.
All right. Next up, we have the national anthem. Oh man. How are you going to validate that? You going to get some live stream? They got some.
That I don't know.
They sent some trader over there. All right. Reba McEntire is singing the national anthem. We've had a healthy breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Whether it was Noah joining us on VSiN or just, I mean, the data's out there. Unlike in years past, we have a ton of sample and she's never gone over.
No,
I've seen some that according to some
the
shops,
number is telling you something.
86.5, plus 150 to the under. I've seen according to the internet, this opened as high as 90.5 in some places and came down.
And this would actually be one of the shortest national anthems. So there certainly is that part of it that's scary, but I'm still going to take the plus 150. Now, normally when you're saying Super Bowl props, especially if you like unders, you usually wait till closer to kickoff. I would say with this bet, I would take it now because and we've had this previously, if they time it in rehearsal and it's that short, the under is that information is going to become public. They're going to smash it. And most places either then take the bet off the board or any bets made after that are void. So I don't think you're actually going to get better line movement on this particular prop. Normally you would, but now it's become such a known thing. I'm with you, Ryan. I also like the under plus 150, 500 to win 750.
Why? Same. Why are they dealing? Yeah. Why they're dealing the plus 150? I'm not sure. And again,
Well, because it would be historically low. And I don't think, once our podcast, Ryan, this is a great Super Bowl prop bet. After this episode is going to get released, will we see any movement on this price?
yes,
Because of our site.
Well, I would say two reasons. One, again, I was pleasantly surprised by how much you could get down. I'm not one of these maniacs with a million accounts, and I was able to and consistent. And here's what I'd say: one of the places the number moved, and the number going up 1 second, Sean. So being 87.5 seconds, the under then is minus 115. Which side do you like better? Under 86.5 plus 150 or under 87.5 minus 115? Give me the plus 150 all day.
It's 1 second.
You're shooting a dart up. Like you're really playing that. Okay. The rehearsal comes out. It's going to go under.
Okay. So Ryan, you're on the under as well.
And I'll staying there. A little bit of digging, not hard. Google really lets you search the entire internet.
Oh wow, that's great.
There's a line of Reba McEntire boot that is black called the Big Game Boot.
Ryan did say to me, we got some movement on the Reba boot prices.
So this you can still find plus 250 out there, but some shops have moved this to plus 200 and even plus 150. I think maybe they Googled Big Game Boot by Reba McEntire. So 100 to win 250 on this one. Again, even the fact that this is available for a solid C note. Come on, in this economy, gotta love the world we live in today.
Ryan,
what?
Every once in a while,
you checking out the boots, and if you Google it, don't get tricked. The Shania Twain boot will come up. That's the brown one. It's not. It's black. The Big Game Reba McEntire boot is black.
So, every once in a while you catch yourself and you're like, man, we do really have a sweet job. For me, that was earlier this morning researching for the show when I stumbled upon a prop bet, Reba McEntire to show cleavage during the national anthem. And I was just spent a good, 15, 20 minutes Googling.
Oh, wow.
Reba McEntire
In a
cleavage.
Private
Also,
browser,
do you know how do you spell cleavage? That took me a little bit.
I recommend Firefox if you're looking to, disguise your browsing. Anyone listening can take that advice.
Okay. So, and I think why this is being offered, she supposedly like back in the day broke the internet with this years ago in what year was this? Like
probably the 60s.
I think it was like 1993. She had this like low cut dress for the CMAs that was pretty scandalous. I mean, those things are out there and pretty awesome back in probably Reba's prime. But again, you just go to Google Images and put in Reba McEntire cleavage. Not a bad way to spend the afternoon. She also had like a wardrobe fail, a la Janet Jackson. Now, I'm trying to find when the wardrobe fail was. Regardless,
Define fail.
Yeah, not for us, the viewers. Reba McEntire, she wants to be relevant. She wants to move some boots. How do you move boots? You get clicks. How do you get clicks? You put those two ladies on display.
Wow.
Is this going to happen? Probably not. Do I want to see this and immediately go, that's Reba McEntire's cleavage? I just want to react in front of our Super Bowl party to scare people. Plus 300 is the price. I'm putting 100 to win 300. Do I think this is actually going to hit? I don't know. But am I betting on Reba McEntire's breasts? You're goddamn right. This is America.
All right. One more national anthem one, Sean. Mahomes will be shown.
Chad G saying, I feel like she updated the ladies recently. Probably going to show them off, right?
You think it's for the Super Bowl?
I think so.
Got a new package for Vegas.
I mean, her boots are called the Big Game Boots.
Yeah.
Like she is looking forward to this.
I mean, it's just some ROI, right? You're right off the tits.
Okay,
push more product.
Josh, I'm sending you a screenshot that I think the audience, again, this is Super Bowl research. I think the audience needs to see this.
Is this like when you wish death on Sister Jean? Are you about to? Are you about to do this to all of us?
No, never.
None of us have said yes. There's no consent here. Nah.
Keep going, Ryan. Josh is gonna pop up a photo.
Mahomes will be shown before Purdy during the national anthem.
Okay, yeah. I mean, how not? Oh, look at Reba just chilling on a couch. I mean, I'm grading that as a yes, right? Woohoo!
Is that AI?
It does look Photoshop. I'll be honest.
I mean, I don't remember her. She looks girthy. Her body looks girthier than I'm expecting.
Right? Come on. It's crass to comment on a woman's appearance like that.
She has the head of a receiver and the body of a fullback. It just doesn't match. That's all. All right. Minus 150 here. No one knows what Brock Purdy looks like. There's no way on national television they're going to show. So minus 150. Mahomes gets shown before Purdy.
Showtime, Mahomes.
300 to win 200.
Yeah, I mean, there's these are fun. Like some of these, which one will be shown first? Coming back to another Taylor Swift one. The first person shown next to Taylor Swift, Brittany Mahomes, you can get that at plus 300, 200 to win 600. I mean, clearly, you look at all the photos, even the photo that we have for like the image service is Brittany Mahomes right next to. I mean, my wife's comment was, Brittany Mahomes' thirsty ass is going to be right next to Taylor Swift the entire concert. This is for everyone's dream coming true. It's really Brittany Mahomes, who the internet didn't like. They labeled her super annoying, and now she gets to be besties with Taylor Swift. This is really the ultimate redemption story. I guess I would compare it to Nick Foles winning the Super Bowl. Everyone tossed him out, said he was completely washed up, never would have a chance, and then leads the Eagles to their first Super Bowl. It's that kind of redemption story for Brittany Mahomes. 200 to win 600.
Women don't like Brittany Mahomes.
I don't know. I think it's like men and women find her annoying. I couldn't tell you specifically why.
Yeah,
but she's just kind of the consensus is.
I kind of feel that she seems like it's bad enough to where people feel bad for Patrick Mahomes because his brother and his wife appear crazy. Maybe this, that's the low key. I never really thought about that angle, that Taylor Swift entering Patrick Mahomes' life.
Yeah.
Actually made it better for Patrick Mahomes because it drew the crazy away from Patrick.
His dad is facing serious time for his third DUI. Paulie Prince in the chat saying, "Will they show Mahomes' dad?" Of
course they will.
Well, I don't know if he's available. Third DUI, he might. I'm guessing he got bailed out. But
will they address it on the show or on the broadcast?
I don't know. I think they're not going to try and embarrass him. I mean. Really, I was talking to Andrew Ryan Themelis. Shout out to Themelis, a producer of Bill Burr's podcast. They're going to be out there in Vegas too. I was just talking about like, where are you guys going? What's happening? Blah blah blah. And then we were talking about how you feel bad for Patrick Mahomes. Everyone in his life is so annoying. With the dad getting the third DUI. Blah blah blah. But to your point, like Taylor Swift is probably like, oh great, this is taking attention away from my annoying family. So he's probably embracing it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Stephen Williams saying he bonded out. All right. So official invitation to Mr. Mahomes. You're welcome to come hang out on our VSiN show Friday night in Las Vegas. If you're going to be there for the game, drinks on us. So personal invite for Mr. Mahomes. Please take an Uber. Don't drink and drive.
It's Vegas. It's hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you getting a car? Unless you're stealing.
There was a prop bet on Las Vegas Police Department DUIs versus like Christian McCaffrey rushing yards, and I started doing research. And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I saw some of those, and it's like, where are they validating?
Also, too, they're not. And
it's a lot.
They're not gonna. Who's what? I mean, the cops are gonna be watching the game or hanging out. No one's gonna be pulling people over.
Yeah.
For DUIs in Vegas. To your point, Ryan, like who's driving? No one.
Yeah.
It's Vegas.
All right.
What do you got?
I guess we're at the coin toss.
Okay.
That seem about right.
Heads. No doubt.
Tails. 500.
500.
No vig. So we're just
Well, again, probably I'll just do the read now. Perfect transition for cut. Like if you are planning on getting down on heads or tails, you shouldn't be paying juice. Cut is the perfect place to get down on it because you can go head to head, mano a mano. I will be buying up all of Kramer's tails action over on cut.com and use the promo code SGPN. Get you taken care of. The ultimate put your money where your mouth is platform. I know Cody Zeeb listed a bunch of fun Super Bowl props. Hit me up if you want to go against or challenge me or Kramer to some Super Bowl props. Cut is pretty good about whatever you want to get down on. Hit them up. You can get it listed. Available in 40 states. Cut.com promo code SGPN. Get that 10% deposit bonus. Love me some cut. And also Ryan, prizepicks.com/SGPN. Go there, get the 100% deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, of course, daily fantasy made simple. Ryan, should we give out a little? I know we got a bunch of props, San Francisco and Chiefs tomorrow, but I feel like there's some things we already early look on some of these. Is there any jumping out at you, Ryan?
It's early in the week and I got a lot of hands. I'm
gonna fire.
I could totally see this number being. You know what I really like, Sean? I really like this Patrick Mahomes passing yards. It's at a half. We're getting a 99% off discount.
Ooh, easy money.
I don't know if we're all getting offered this sweet promo, but you always got to take advantage of the promo. That's how you add. It's called stacking EV. Anyway, let's get back to what we're building. I feel like we know what we like here. The
Mahomes promo. Why don't we do something simple, Ryan? See if I can sell you on this.
Well, I think, in a lot of ways, I like some chalk.
You've been an advocate for use check. We both like. You were on it. Him to have the first catch. We also think it's kind of a fun. Him to have the first catch for San Francisco. Him to have the first run. Use check just catching one or two passes. His Russian receiving yards over on Prize Picks is 4.5. I think we take the more there. I feel
4.5.
Yeah.
So we're seeing some steam.
No, I think his total was always 4.5.
I think it went from 3.5 to 4.5.
I think receiving yards were 3.5.
Oh, you're saying
this is rush and receiving yards.
What I'd rather just do receiving yards.
Okay, receiving yards is not available.
Okay, then let's do the combo.
Okay,
great idea.
And then what about Isaiah Pacheco? How do you feel about Isaiah Pacheco? I like more 67.5 rushing yards, but I could be talked into something different here.
I don't hate. If I was gonna circle the Chiefs that I was gonna buy, I would be finding ways to play Pacheco in like long rush, maybe more than total.
Okay.
I do like the idea, that they're going to have some plays where they are able to bully the defense because Chase Young's in the wrong spot and he's soft. I like the idea of Pacheco having a long. What do they have?
They have rush attempts, rushing receiving yards, fantasy score. I don't see.
What's his fantasy score?
His fantasy score is 15. Which I think that full point PPR, Ryan. Do you know?
Yes.
Okay. I like that. Although McKinnon, we'll see. I'm going to get an injury report from Sebastian on McKinnon.
All right, we can do rushing yards.
Okay. More Kyle Juszczyk 4.5 rushing receiving yards and more on Isaiah Pacheco. $100 entry wins you $300. And of course, if you want some bonus bucks, head to prizepicks.com/SGPN. Use the promo code SGPN. Get 100% deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made simple.
And friendly reminder, they have those very fun rushing yards in the first 5 attempts, receiving yards.
Yeah, I know.
It's essentially
you can really get lost on Prize Picks.
It's the first touchdown market of these projection. It's beautiful. I love it. All right.
What else? So
we did the coin toss. You're once again. I mean, we've done this.
As Cody Z points out in the history of the coin toss, tails is leading 29-28. Heads is due. Let's go, Heads.
Cody. While you're watching the show, give me the record since We started this show in 2011, so the
Yeah.
2012 Super Bowl would be the first one. Give me the record since we've done the show, because every year Sean takes heads, every year I take tails. I want to know what my record is.
Well, and I did some deep diving. I know no one wants to hear this, but I'm seeing heads hitting standard coin flipping 50.8%.
Oh wow, what's this? A league? This
No,
official league
I did
numbers?
read like half of a Stanford trial on coin tossing. The biggest takeaway was whatever side is showing when you flip the coin, that's 51% hit rate.
Interesting.
And the head side is fairly heavier, but it does seem
so many
relatively
variables.
Yes,
So many variables.
now I would say.
Are you a flicker? Are you more of a tosser?
Cody helping me out. Heads 5, tails 7 in the last 12 years we've been doing it. Ryan, there's no way you're going to get off to an 8 to 5 run.
That doesn't feel like a landslide.
Heads is due.
8 to 5 could be insurmountable. All right, moving along. I did squeeze a couple actual football props in here.
Oh, okay.
Because
didn't know we were doing that.
They don't quite fit on either side of the aisle, and it's really hard to spend the appropriated money, $5,800 on some of these small little props. So I went first play, run versus pass. In a way, I'm running back my massive victory last year on this one. I don't know if you remember, Sean. This was not equal to, but this was a very large bet in the portfolio.
Wow, this is only minus 130. I thought I saw it
minus 130.
Okay.
So this is one of your classic shop arounds.
Okay.
Because I at a very popular onshore book, they're dealing like minus 165.
I thought I saw something close to 200.
I went off into the shadows and honestly, at a place that I don't have access to, there's even some minus 115s out there.
Ooh. I'm with you. That I love it.
This is more of because I do think if you look at tendencies, there is a greater chance than I think the odds would suggest that there could be a pass. But to me, situationally, both of these teams are going to want to get the game started with the run. Just gut handicap, Andy Reid, and maybe they get cute. And if I lose this because I hit a Kyle Juszczyk first reception, okay. But I'm going big on this one. First play will be a run, minus 130, 1,300 to win 1,000. This is officially my second largest position on the Super Bowl right now, Sean.
Wow.
Neither of my largest positions is on the side yet.
All right, Ryan. This one's fun. I was going back and forth. I'm taking a position here, but I'm open to being swayed by you and both the chat here. Jersey number first touchdown over 22.5. I'm taking the over, minus 115, 1,000 to win, 869.57 right now. But let's walk through the first touchdown prices. Christian McCaffrey favorite, that counts. Isaiah Pacheco under, that wouldn't count. Travis Kelce over, that would count. Deebo Samuel under, that wouldn't count. Rashee Rice.
But if you just stop right there, like Kelce and McCaffrey, if you forget anyone else and you say Kelce and McCaffrey versus the field, how do you price that?
You're right.
I was thinking about this more after you left because there are throw-in guys that you can include. I think you're gonna.
I mean, just the fact that you get the top 2 out of the 3.
You also get Juszczyk, you get Watson essentially, right? And Richie James. No,
I mean, there's some interesting ones. I mean, you don't get Brandon Ayuk. You do get Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You would get both defenses. Maybe.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I mean, defenses could go crazy.
But even the Chiefs have some defensive linemen wearing silly numbers. So, but I think really to me the handicap is
Justin Watson. You get Noah Gray. You get
Blake the Belldozer.
Blake Bell, I'm pretty sure is
the handicap
80s.
To me is McCaffrey and Kelce. And if you're telling me this is first touchdown,
yes,
you probably, I think you'd from a number perspective, you'd probably want to take the other side of it. But from a
what do you mean?
Like you'd want to fade Kelce and McCaffrey, but from a big game if you just factor in that it's the Super Bowl, I love it. I've been having a really hard time. I started diving into the first touchdown market, and it's hard because my normal style is to take shots.
Yeah,
but it's really hard to take a shot. So yeah, I would, like I told you earlier. I think the way you price, I think the price is probably right for this.
Yeah, but to your point, I like you. Just look at the first three. You get the first three right there at essentially almost an even money price. I think you got to go over. Cody's saying over is the way.
I would rather have McCaffrey and Kelce than not have Kittle and Kelce.
Yeah. So I'm putting 1,000 on that.
Nice.
Let's get it.
Some voodoo shit. All right. I'm getting into some broadcast stuff. So apparently McCaffrey's girlfriend is famous. I didn't know this at all.
Olivia Culpo.
Culpo. Culpo. How many times will she be shown on the broadcast, Sean? The number's one.
Not
and a half.
enough.
The number's 1.5.
Very attractive.
They don't show they're not going to show you more than once. She's not.
I mean, not when you have
he's not that notable to people outside of football.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
he's notable, but I know what you mean. He's not Kelce famous.
And I know my head's in the dirt, but no idea who this is.
I mean,
1.5 times. This is the same number, and we'll.
She has 5.4 million Instagram followers, right? And so, someone who used to work in the television industry, she is going to be on camera because she's that popular.
One time,
yeah. At what's the price?
-120 under 120 to win 100. Yeah. And I'm actually going to couple this. I'm going to give you two at the same time because the other one is Roger Goodell, our commissioner, also is set to 1.5.
Yeah.
And every time they do this, Sean,
he's always gets one.
It's always one, and they always set it to 1.5. And Sean, the under is +110 this year. We're going 200 to win 220. That's a lock. Put as much money as you can on that one. The commissioner it's scripted. If there's one thing that's scripted with football, it's how many times they show his ass on camera. Maybe it's 0. It's definitely not 2.
2 would be crazy.
2 would be something horrible has happened. like someone in his suite has been shot. He's holding them.
An go back terrorism.
And that's the second. Yeah.
This one's fun. We haven't given out any commercial ones yet. If we're talking broadcast stuff, which AB in Bev commercial will be shown first? And
what does that mean?
AB in Bev is the conglomerate that owns a bunch of beer companies, Ryan.
Jesus, I didn't know you're so close to these corporations.
Well, AB and Bev is short for like Anheuser-Busch something. I don't know. It's some conglomerate. There's a bunch of companies that merge. Cody, host of the NASCAR gambling podcast. Make sure you check that out. Gave out Denny Hamlin. What was it, live or whatever? At some point, I know because producer Josh texted me. I was camping Saturday night. I had planned to watch it, but they moved it from Sunday to Saturday, so I didn't get to watch live. I put some crazy long shots, but he gave out Hamlin at some point. I know because producer Josh texted us and hit on 8-1 at the Clash. Shout out to NASCAR gambling guys. I would feel free to chime in on this one, Cody. But being a beer guy, so the three options are Bud Light, Budweiser, and Michelob Ultra. Now Michelob Ultra.
What are we as a society that Michelob Ultras?
I mean, you should not even be. Don't ever show Michelob Ultra. Although if Michelob Ultra wants to advertise, I'll drink Michelob Ultra. But I think it almost has to be Bud Light because Bud Light, tumultuous time for the Bud Light brand. Kind of had some rocky moments in the past year or so. People protesting, Kid Rock shooting up cans of Bud Light. Didn't like the kind of image that Bud Light was projecting. And now Bud Light has gone on this campaign of like, hey, we're cool. Come on, guys. Did you see
we're still beer, motherfuckers.
Shane Gillis, who a very funny comedian, signed a brand endorsement deal with Bud Light.
Are people mad?
No, people like Shane Gillis. And I think that's why they signed him. They're going back to their roots of like, hey, you're a dude, you're watching football, you like Bud Light.
You're not drinking Michelob Ultra.
And I think you got to start out with Bud Light. It's the start of the Super Bowl. I mean, honestly, if Bud Light wants to really dominate, just fucking bring back the Bud Bowl. People would love it. We'd move on with our lives. So I am going Bud Light. And now Cody is saying Michelob Ultra. That's AB's baby now. All right.
What do you mean? It's the baby
that they're trying to push. I still think I'm going to bring up the Ryan, while you're talking, maybe I switch my bet here live.
Oh, I like this. People,
because Cody's in the beer industry.
Are you saying this is insider info? We shouldn't use.
I
his
would
name.
hope so.
Should we use a voice?
I would hope so. No, but he's got his finger. This guy works in the beer industry. If like, hey, they're pushing this or they're not pushing that, he would be the guy that would know. Let me see.
He's got his finger on the pulse. Is that what you're trying to say? Bud and BL are losing shares. Ultra's their fastest growing brand. Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I like where your head's at. Maybe
you know what it is? It's because it's this fucking seltzer bullshit. No one drinks beer anymore.
No, they do like the like the old school. People are getting away from the regular beers. I that being said, sorry, I'm just killing time here to bring up the price.
Do you want me to give out a prop while
so
you're
Michelob Ultra is plus 135. I'm gonna stay with Bud Light at plus 125. I see Cody's point, and I appreciate the feedback. If Michelob Ultra was a little more priced, I think we're good. So,
all right. So your last opportunity, because you've said you're not.
Anytime I switch my picks, I always regret it. Appreciate the insight, but I'll stick with Bud Light. If I'll keep the eye on some line movement. If Michelob Ultra ends up moving to like 4-1, 5-1, I'm definitely gonna fire. So, but Bud Light plus 125. The fact that they just announced this Shane Gillis thing leading up to the Super Bowl, he's gonna be doing a bunch of March Madness thing. I think is the way to go.
All right, another broadcast one. We got 100 to win 200 on. Will the broadcast mention 28-3? Obviously, they're going to mention 28-3.
Yes, Kyle
Shanahan was in the game. You have to mention it. I don't understand why you can get 2-1 on this. This was at multiple offshores.
Okay,
running. Why wouldn't they mention it?
Well, see, Ryan too.
It's fucking Tony Romo. He's not going to not bring it up.
I mean, honestly, if you want to go in deep, look at what some of these offshores are offering, or even onshore, whatever you find these props that you like, and then go over on cut.com and list, the same bets, but maybe a little better odds in your favor. I still think you could get some action because it is the Super Bowl and people are dying to get down on some of these. So I would if you want to go hard, I think that is a fun way to go.
Plenty of people like me shopping hungry on Cut.
This one's fun. Gronk, will he make the kick of destiny? I'm seeing yes at minus 170. This is the only really chalky play I have. He of course missed the 25-yard field goal last year. They're running it back. I think he hits the field goal. He dedicates it to Carl Weathers, who was supposed to be in the commercials leading up to Gronk kick of destiny. Unfortunately, Carl Weathers passed away. Shout out to Carl Weathers, a real OG. Gronk, from working on him on that kids show, Ryan, Gronk is one of the most competitive people I've ever met.
Yeah, it
was a kids show. We were hosting with other kids, and we wrote up a little skit. Gronk was a great actor, by the way. Like anything you asked him to do, he would do to the best of Gronk's ability. Not a great guy reading things off prompter, but still amazing actor. And we wrote up a little sketch. It was like, hey, we're gonna start off. We do these little cold opens. It's like you and the other hosts, you're gonna be running, but we're gonna hit a button and it's gonna be in slow motion. So you guys pretend like you're running in slow motion, and then we'll get to the end, and then Stevie, the girl host, she's gonna beat you at the very end. It'll kind of be Gronk, you'll be leading, and then Stevie's gonna win, and then we go and do it. And then he lets Stevie get closer and closer, like she's gonna win. At the very end, Gronk goes in full speed and just wins the race. Like the fucking guy could not intentionally lose the race. And that kind of passion, Ryan, that kind of competitiveness,
that's funny,
is what is going to get him to kick of destiny. Because kicking is just, there's no skill; it's just all practice.
It does seem like he would try hard. All right,
the dude tries hard for a guy who has as much athletic talent as he has. Tries very hard.
Well, that's what made. I mean, that's probably what got.
That's why he got to like. That's why, he's a Hall of Famer and his brothers are dudes who sell sunglasses on Instagram.
Yeah,
super jacked.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean like they're a couple of his, Gordy made the team. Like 2 of his other brothers are in the league, which is still a crazy accomplishment. But to get to that next level, you got to have that Gronk gene.
All right, so I see which Las Vegas landmark will be seen first prop being offered. And Sean, you wouldn't. What would you guess? I'm sure maybe you looked at this, but what would you guess? Have you seen this?
What
the Las Vegas landmark to be seen first?
Yeah, I did see this.
The favorite is very wrong. It's listed at Sphere -150.
Okay.
Kickoffs during the day. Like period. That's not the coolest thing to show during the day with Vegas.
Again, I was scared to fire on this one, Ryan, because of you really have to get in the weeds. And if you're getting down on these, make sure you read the house rules and whatever.
I have the house rules.
What's the house rules on that one?
From kickoff to final whistle, live shots only.
Because this is interesting.
You want my handicap?
Sure.
It's daytime.
Yeah.
I do think that matters when it comes. The Sphere, Las Vegas is a cool looking city at night, but the F1 event, it doesn't pop without the Sphere. It's a critical asset at night. But during the day, well, you got the welcome to fabulous Las Vegas sign at +200. But more importantly, Sean, you got the Bellagio fountains at +300. Do you know where CBS has their main desk set up?
Yeah.
In front of the Bellagio fountains.
Yep.
Bellagio fountains is 3-1. I'm taking Bellagio fountains 100 to win 300. It's also a landmark that everyone knows. It's cool during the day. Maybe you can argue it's maybe cooler during the day. And again, I was shocked to see Sphere. Welcome to Las Vegas sign. That's something you put in the fucking hey.
Yeah, I don't like
montage video.
I like your price. I like your angle.
Live shots only.
Live shots is kind of tricky because it probably would be pre-recorded B-roll regardless. They're not going to just cut to something live.
The
desk commercial.
Well, they have a whole set at the Bellagio fountains.
Right, but I'm saying. So
I hear what you're saying as well. I'm just saying
so what they're going to do is they'll show
they
background
can have hot cameras over there.
They're going to show, big wide shots of the entire, I think it's unfortunately for you, it's going to be graded as a push because they'll be doing giant wide shots of the entire strip where you'll be able to see the Lux or the Sphere all at the same time.
Maybe. Yeah. It depends how wide they get, I guess. I still think this is a good bet.
It's worth a shot.
I don't think it would be the Sphere. Now, if you're right, then why not take a shot at the Fremont Street light show 20-1?
No, that is certainly not.
So it's funny because I
mean, actually, I don't know Fremont light show because you could see what'll happen is they use these shots going to and from commercial, right? Where the CBS thing will be up, they'll be playing some music, and then they'll have B-roll behind it. Them walking up and down because of all those lights, it gives it a very interesting background. It's not the craziest, but I think I can almost tell you what they do.
What do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a big wide shot.
It's going to be of Las Vegas. You're going to see Allegiant Stadium. You're going to see the entire strip. You'll be able to see the Luxor. You'll be able to see the Sphere. The Sphere will have, and if I'm CBS, I think they run promos for CBS. They're going to have that CBS eye on the Sphere. Well, that's what I would be worried about.
If they pan out from you or from the stadium, the Sphinx Luxor could be first, and that's 5-1.
Yeah,
but I'm going.
The Luxor's a shithole.
I'm going Bellagio. I just think also it's the. All right, so if what's the most iconic shot you could think, or most iconic thing you could show during the day at in Las Vegas? Those fountains erupting.
Yeah, I get the angle.
3-1. Let's go.
No, it's I don't know.
I got a couple more in-game things.
This is a fun one. You have to wait on it a little bit, but there's always nice having some action down the line. Brock Purdy, first half passing yards versus the Kentucky Derby winner in seconds. I'm putting $1,800 on it to win 2070. It's plus 115.
What's that time?
So Kentucky Derby, it's right around. I'll pull up the list. Right around essentially 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay.
120 seconds, give or take a couple seconds. It depends on how fast.
I pulled that off the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, 2 minutes is kind of like the standard time for the Kentucky Derby winner. So that's 120 passing yards in the first half for Brock Purdy, a guy who starts out notoriously slow. We've seen it so many times. First time in the Super Bowl, guys get a little nervous, some jitters, get off to a slow start. I do like Kansas City's defense in general, matching up against the San Francisco 49ers. And Brock Purdy, even in these past couple playoff games where he's won, he's not had good first halves. He struggled in the first half. He's not put up a ton of passing yards. Love this. I'm putting 1,800 on it at plus 115. One of my bigger bets, fading Brock Purdy passing yards, and then you get a nice sweat leading up to the Derby. Right?
Poor guy, you're roasting him all week. All right.
No, I mean it's impressive they came back to win, but he's not. I mean, what was his last great, really good first half? Maybe that Commanders game. That's it.
All right. Last kind of. Well, I guess I have another Usher. I forgot I put this Usher one on here. I wanted to have something with Usher. Will Usher expose a nipple on stage? Clear to say on stage. No, minus 170. What is this about? You think CBS is going to be showing fucking Usher's?
Well,
nipple?
they were the one. Wasn't it CBS? The Janet Jackson,
and that it changed fucking media.
That's true. I think the fact of all the shit they talk, there's some no nipple clause in CBS, male or female.
You can't just minus 170. I was shocked again.
Yeah,
170, 100.
All right. This is another one in game. Now, not to get political here, but they offer the president's approval rating, which I guess they're going to grade it on whatever his approval rating is March 1st. Again, this is a little one down the line mixed with some in-game stuff.
Sitting on this shit.
Biden's approval rating versus Christian McCaffrey's receiving yards. Right now, Biden clocking in at let's see. I think I have his approval rating
700 billion and $1,300,000,000,000.
It's a pretty big
actually,
number.
it's 37. So shout out to Biden.
37.
Yeah, and I looked at his McCaffrey's over under receiving yards is set at 33.5, just the standard one. Now you're getting plus odds at plus 115 here. That to only move it 2.5 yards to go from minus 110 to plus 115. I like that a lot. Now maybe Biden, fixes everything and world peace hits and he's up to 40. I mean, these things don't have crazy movement. He's gonna be in the 30s. It's
not like he's gonna fill out a bracket like Obama used to and get people on board for March Madness.
There's nothing he's gonna do in the next month, I would imagine. Now this, I mean, you could go to, I don't know, maybe some crazy thing happens. Don't even want to put that out there where all of a sudden the president's approval rating skyrockets. But for the most part, if life is normal, he's going to be sitting in the high 30s, best case scenario. So very doable for McCaffrey, especially when you're getting plus odds.
Yeah, I would say the range of outcomes for Biden, it's pretty narrow. My projections are pretty narrow.
The band of Biden approval rating is fairly short.
Not seeing people streaking with Biden written across their chest.
Right, we got a few more exotic props.
I got a mega whale play coming.
Oh, you do?
up.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome. Love that. Hey, maybe you want to check out the Super Bowl or some live college basketball, NBA, hockey's back. Man, so many great live sporting events. It really, there's nothing like a live sweat. You go to the game, you get to sweat it out in person. And you can do that by just going to gametime.co, use the promo code SGPN, get $20 off your first purchase. They got the flash deals. They got the Game Time low price guarantee, which means if you can find a seat in the same row, same section for less, they'll refund you 110%. Which again, they're not going to do that because they got the best prices. The flash deals are really the way to go. If you're a ticket hawk and you want to keep an eye on those, for sure, going to fire on those. I just saw Grateful Dead, Ryan, is going to be doing a Las Vegas residency. Definitely want to check that out. over at the Sphere. And if I got to get tickets after the fact, after they sell out, I'll be heading over to Game Time using the promo code SGPN, gametime.co, or download the Game Time app. And of course, Super Bowl, you're going to be putting together some player props, some same game parlays. You want those optimized. You want those parlays just back tested. You got to try the Hall of Fame Bets Parlay Optimizer. If you're getting down on these same game parlays, and people send me the screenshots of stuff they're hitting, again, it's great because it's not like they just tell you what to do, but you start putting in ideas. They run the numbers. You don't have to go back and research every single game log. And they kind of do the crunching. Green means you're getting a good price. Red, not so much. Find a different leg. Very helpful in putting together some sweet parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. Kramer, I got 4 left. You got 4 left. What do we got?
All right, big mega whale play. Will any punt result in a touchback? Tommy Townsend down the stretch this year. I started off the season with a number of touchbacks, but down the stretch, really cut him down. 0 in the postseason so far. Look across the aisle. His counterpart part of the Niners was tied for 3rd best at touchback percentage on the season at like 2.5%. So I am leaning into the idea that neither one of these teams kicks the ball into the end zone.
No touchbacks.
No touchbacks on punts. -155. So 1240 to win 800. Random. I don't like the change on the way back. So here we go.
Here we go.
That's going to be a fun one. I was actually thinking about this. I'm going to add to the pile. I'm actually going to end up being, I think, over this number once I'm done in Vegas, but I think I'm going to get a nice big old ticket at the Circa for this one. This will be a fun bet to sweat. Goes the whole game. Anytime there is a punt, you have to sweat, and there's not. I guess it would be horrible if the first punt you got a touchback, but
yeah, it's actually the opposite because you have to sweat every punt and it can only go wrong.
Oh, or it goes right and you get to do it again.
There you go.
Get back on the ride.
All right. This one. All right. So we're not at the Gatorade dump yet. Going back to some broadcast stuff, Taylor Swift camera shots under 5. That is even money at +100, 200 to pay 200. I know what you think. Kramer and I have been doing these for a number of years, whether it's the Manning brothers, the presidents, the Goodell. Like there are people that you're like,
Olivia Culpo.
You think like, oh, they're going to show them a ton. And trust me, 4 camera shots of Taylor Swift in the box will feel like a lot. And I looked at the house rules. This is from kickoff to final whistle. So all this stuff, if the Chiefs end up winning, she's on the field. None of that counts. This is just kickoff and any sort of pregame shots. Again, kickoff to final whistle.
Yeah, like what's the like? How have they been showing her in the game? Like, well, the big play happens, they cut to her.
Yeah, honestly, it's
4
like
shots is a lot.
If Kelce, and they're mindful of it, because people, some people are like, "Oh, this is annoying." It's like, who gives a shit? Would you rather look at Eli Manning or Taylor Swift? Like if Travis Kelce scores a touchdown, definitely getting shown. They're definitely getting shown just like, hey, and she's enjoying the game. But to get to 6 is really, I don't think you realize how much that is. Someone did I think Colin Cowherd actually did a rant breaking down like how many seconds she was actually on camera for all of these games. It's like 19 seconds, 49 seconds. People get all worked up. For nothing.
It is interesting.
6 is just incredible.
Yeah, well, it's also like, what do you want them to not discuss the fact that Taylor Swift's there?
Yeah,
come on, you're being
she's a huge
ridiculous.
celebrity. Who cares?
Also, don't be mad that you love her music.
Yeah, it slaps. Kramer.
Well, I'm Sean. You didn't go back to the well, but we made a ton of money on the
biggest hit last
year was the Octopus bet. So I had, just like at the roulette table, if you hit, you can't take all the money off the table. So $335 is what I had left over. I still have a couple more to go chronologically, but It's still 14-1, Sean. I went back and double checked our sheet from last year. It was 14-1 last year.
Okay.
So I thought mainly I was always going to run it back, but who are the octopi or the octopus eligible people on this year? Because last year I felt like it was Kelce from the Chiefs, and it was maybe you could say Pacheco, but it was Kelce and it was Hurts. And this year it feels like it's Kelce and it's McCaffrey, or then it's Kelce and Debo.
Yeah,
or maybe it's.
I think Pacheco is in there.
A lot of players are in there.
Debo, you kind of threw in there as well. Yeah, I mean Christian McCaffrey is the obvious one, but I think you can still get to 4 or 5. I don't think either quarterback
more than last year.
Yeah, definitely.
More than with the Eagles.
Yeah, and you still need them to want to go for 2 to get the 2. Yeah, you need a little bit, but at 14-1, yeah, it's hard not to like that price, and it's just fun to yell Octopus. Again, you have to factor this in.
I'm never not going to bet on an octopus in the Super Bowl. Only in the Super Bowl.
No, we're going to be hanging out at the Mandalay Bay Aquarium, so maybe we'll get to see some octopus in action. Tentacles,
wow. Some octopusy.
This one's a fun one. Another broadcast in the booth. Jason Kelce wear a Chiefs jersey. Yes is plus 600. They're only offering a yes, which is always scary, but I'm going to put 100 to win 600 on that. Feels like a fun, I don't even know, long shot. Like, what is Jason Kelce? He's just going to wear a t-shirt or a jersey. I feel like it's pretty close to 50-50. He wears his brother's jersey.
So, all right. So he does have a very popular podcast. Perhaps what could he potentially be endorsing something?
Yeah.
It does seem like if you're going to go to the game and you're going to be this new version of Jason Kelce that everyone loves, and he's like a heartthrob, you're going to wear your brother's jersey.
So, there's a video of Travis Kelce showing up to Monday Night Football, drinking a beer in a Jason Kelce jersey. So if he's doing that for him, I think he's going to return the favor. So yeah, I would say definitely. I mean, the mom's wearing a Travis Kelce jersey. Like, why wouldn't Jason Kelce?
He's probably going to be wearing a use check, one of those fancy jackets. They're going to be done up with something. They're in the what?
Now he did wear last time he was at the Bills game. He wore this Big Yeti Travis Kelce T-shirt. So
pretty cold.
Yeah,
does that count? Not a jersey.
I don't think it would count. But again, it's 6-1. Like, it feels way closer to even money, or at least 2-1, something like that. 6-1.
I did a little bit of research on the suite situation. I mean, they're spending for that suite, so I'm sure they're going to have some proper threads. His fit's going to be strong. All right, you want to do Gatorade?
Gatorade. For me, the script was written Gatorade Color purple. That's what's all the purple hype has been about. Pays plus 250, 400 to win $1,000. Give me the perp.
Young people like blue Gatorade
almost as much as
I was
purple.
shopping, Sean. 4-1 blue Gatorade out there. It's happened 3 of the last 5. It's the most popular amongst young people. 250 to win $1,000. Let's go. Big money, and they're taking big limits on Gatorade this year.
Ooh, let's get it.
All right, I got one more. You got one more. Well, you go first, and then I'll close it out.
Yeah. Position group that dumps the Gatorade. Offense is minus 110. There you can do offense, defense, or mixed. From what I saw,
I did mixed last year.
Oh, you did?
It lost. Yeah.
It usually seems like offense. Last year, both times the Chiefs have won, it's been offense.
Offensive line shit.
Yeah, and you think like, the offense will be kneeling it out. It should be defense, but it just doesn't seem to work out like that because I don't know. Like Kelce was involved in dumping the Gatorade last time, even though the offense, or no, in that case, I think it was. I forget if the Eagles ended up turning it over late. Regardless, it does seem like offense is the good play here at minus 110. From what I've looked up, again, you have to go really far back to find a 49ers Gatorade dump. So 300 to win, 272 at minus 110. Give me offense involved in the Gatorade dump.
Who dumps the Gatorade for the Niners on the offense? If it's the Niners, Which one of those shenanigan loving Kyle
Bosa
Juszczyk?
Maybe.
No, but that's defense.
Oh, you're right.
offense.
Use check. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Kittle.
Christian McCaffrey. It's usually like the coach's pet.
King of tight end.
Yeah.
as Kelce
Get
said.
involved there. Yeah.
All right, so I did a little research for this last one. Who's the MVP going to thank first? Mention first. Basically, you're looking at it. The debate is God versus teammates, and we all heard Mahomes thank and mention his teammates first, and I see no reason why that would change. I do think Mahomes loves his teammates so much so he got Kelce in those commercials with him.
Yeah.
Could end up regretting that. His whole life is being taken over by this team. But also I started, okay, well, what's the other side going to look like? And it's like, all right, well, this maybe a chalky take. And I learned a little bit more than I knew before, but Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, both kind of in the Bible study group there. But then I said, okay, well, but Christian McCaffrey's actually won some stuff before. So let me go see who he thanks. He's always thanking his teammates first.
Oh.
And then it gets even stranger. I found him accepting when he was on the Panthers. He was a part of a YouTube video that won a regional Emmy.
Why would he go accept that?
Well, they gave it to him at the practice field, but they shot a video of him accepting it. Who did he thank first? All the people behind the scenes who helped work on the video, AKA his teammates. I think Christian McCaffrey's the ultimate team first guy. I think if you told me I could get Christian McCaffrey and Patrick Mahomes in the MVP at -105, throwing Kelce too, because he's thanking his teammates first.
Yeah.
We just have to fade Brock Purdy. So I'm basically playing a fade Brock Purdy as the MVP here, -105, 210 to win 200.
Shout out to Mike real quick in the chat saying, quick question. How do you guys feel about Elijah Mitchell scoring a touchdown? I'm stuck between him and MVS. Cody says he likes MVS. I'm with you, Cody. I would take MVS over Elijah Mitchell.
It's not an exotic prop. I'll answer your question on the Niners and Chiefs show tomorrow. Tuesday we got a double
come
header.
on, Ryan. Don't do that.
What do you mean?
Don't do that.
That's business right there. That was a teaser.
Wow, that's cruel.
He knows exactly how.
I'm not afraid to answer when put on the spot.
Elijah Mitchell. I'm more of a Jordan Mason guy. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, hopefully that helped, Mike. Our split decision.
Or maybe he'll tune in tomorrow. What is this? He gets special treatment. You get in line like everyone else.
Ryan doesn't want to scare people away from hearing his Elijah Mitchell anytime touchdown on tomorrow's show.
You act like I didn't give out a Jordan Mason last touchdown this year. Come on.
You did.
I'm dialed into the running back situation in San Francisco.
Let's get it. Hey, thank you everyone as tuning in. For tuning in, as always, keep tossing in the 5-star rating reviews. Those are awesome, really help. And get in on the Super Bowl props contest. $1,000 winner take all coming out of our cash, going directly to you. Our way of giving back, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58, or get the sign up link in the app, picking 58 Super Bowl props.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
The slots are calling, Sean.
The slot. How's the slot?
Kramer, let it ride.